Long day, Amrita Sen, already, and it's only 8:55 in the morning. She is the founder of Energy Aspects, director of research as well, and one of the most respected voices and people in the energy business. Amrita, I think if we had to say, like, what would be like Energy Aspects' top energy surprises of this year, where would you put natural gas's relative collapse?
The good news is it wasn't a surprise for us. I'm not going to claim that, we get everything right, but this one, we have been lowering our gas prices in part because U.S. gas production has been surging. And, you and I discussed this in person, partly driven by the M&A activity, and it has been super warm. Like you said, we were already expecting by the end of December, lower 48 storage is going to be 355 BCF above the 5-year average. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons why natural gas prices will continue to come off right now.
You see anything different next year, Amrita?
The good news, I guess, for anybody who's bullish is that these prices are already starting to stymie production. And I think you're going to see slower production growth across the US, both for oil and gas. And I think that provides a floor. I think what we would say is that it is hard to be even more bearish given where fundamentals are, given where prices are right now. And if you look at the short positions in gas, they are pretty much near a record high. So yes, fundamentals are bearish, but arguably the market has priced that in.
If for some reason, and let's all pray that this Ukraine war ends in Ukraine's favor and soon, but if for some reason Russian gas really, I know they're selling a lot of liquefied natural gas, they still got a little piped gas, Amrita. If Russian gas were to somehow resume, because I know Germany, some people that basically said, well, once the war's over, we'll rebuild the Nord Stream and go back to the way things were. What would happen to the price of gas? Would it go to $1?
So I don't actually buy into that argument, Brian, because Europe is doing everything it can to move away from Russian energy. And to be honest, fossil fuels in general, whether we agree with it or not, it is actually investing primarily in renewables. And you've seen electricity prices go up. You've actually seen even governments having to subsidize because we still need baseload gas in particular for electricity, but that's a separate topic. The point being is that I don't think Germany in particular, despite what it is going through in the industrial sector, is necessarily just going to go back to Russian gas. Now, it depends on how, quote unquote, like if this war were to end, definitely not our base case. If you say to me, hey, tomorrow Putin doesn't exist and there is a pro-Western leader, that could look different. But even if there was a scenario where Putin isn't there, it could be somebody who's even worse and more anti-West than Putin himself. And in that case, I just don't see how Russian gas comes back to Europe.
Yeah, and the other thing I think is, and I'm going to have a prediction on this on my show tonight, Amrita, and I'll just give a little bit of a preview. It's getting harder and harder, at least from where I sit, to make the bull case for oil, given the ascension of Guyana, given the ascension of Brazil, given Chinese demand is terrible. You had Angola leaving OPEC. They just want to produce more oil and sell as much as they can. Could it be possible that oil ends next year lower than it is now?
I think we're going to start next year very similar to where we started this year, right? Like the high 70s for Brent, maybe flirting with $80. I actually think, again, much like gas, the bad news is priced in. We have seen huge number of long positions just exit the market. The high frequency guys have come back in a little bit, but generally speaking, the market is short. There's barely any geopolitical risk premiums in the price. The Houthis have been attacking vessels in the Red Sea, and we've seen diversions, but none of that has actually managed to really lift prices. Are fundamentals screaming bullish? No, absolutely not. As you say, demand is softer. And OPEC is doing a phenomenal job in actually keeping the market in balance because we do have higher non-OPEC supply. Yeah. But I also don't think it's going to be very...
I'm sorry to cut you off. We got 5. Amrita Sen, Energy Aspects. Thank you, Amrita. Happy New Year.
All right, make sure you join all 3 of us tomorrow. See what we're going to wear. Squawk in the Street is next.
Good Thursday morning and welcome to Squawk on the Street. I am Sarah Eisen with Bob Pisani today live from Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange. Carl, Jim, and David have the morning off. Take a look at futures right now as we just continue this win streak. we're right in the middle of the Santa Claus rally. It looks like the Dow futures are pointing to a lower start. Everybody else is higher. NASDAQ futures up 45. S&P futures up a bit. We're less than a 0.3% away from a record closing high. We'll see if we can get there today. Our roadmap begins with that record watch. S&P inching closer to all-time highs as the Santa Claus rally rolls on with the Dow and the NASDAQ 100 hitting their own records. Plus, Tesla shares at a 3-month high and seeing the third best year on record. But will waning EV demand prove a headwind for growth in 2024? And why one analyst thinks AI will become Microsoft's iPhone moment in the next few years. We'll begin with the markets, though, including record highs for the Dow and the NASDAQ 100. It's been a powerful, somewhat surprising rally fueled by lower interest rates. We continue to see new cycle lows for the 10-year. We're now at levels we haven't seen since July.
4.8% right now, I believe, on the 10-year,
Yep.
somewhere 3.8. Excuse me, on the 10-year. The important thing here is 47.93. That would be the closing high, January 4th, 2022, for the S&P. We're very close to it. You know, within fractions of a percent. That's the remarkable move for the year that we've seen. I think this time last year, remember, we were preparing for a recession. Everyone was expecting it.
Everybody.
Everyone was expecting an earnings recession. There were people who had 200 on the S&P 500 for the earnings estimates. We're going to end the year close to 220. We have $245 on the S&P for 2024. So the consensus was completely wrong. And I think two things happened that were quite amazing. One was the Magnificent Seven stepped in. The AI became the predominant paradigm, the biggest paradigm since the internet, essentially. And number two, the recession never came. The recession never came because the Federal Reserve essentially reduced inflation without dramatically slowing the economy. I think that is a remarkable story. It's extremely rare. And you and I both know, Sarah, soft landings are very rare animals. And that is the main story of 2023, in my opinion, the fact that we did not have the recession. Now, who knows if we'll have one in 2024? But the point is, if you would have made a decision based on a lot of forecasts in 2023, in December 2022, you would have been making a lot of big mistakes. Essentially, staying with the market was the smart thing to do.
And I think in the last few weeks, as it relates to this latest rally, which just got supercharged by the AI rally of 2023 and the lack of recession, really, I think the surprise is how fast inflation has come down. The disinflation story that has allowed Fed Chair Powell to pivot and has allowed the 10-year yield to rally. I was just looking at the low since July that we hit last night is 3.79
3.79.
on the 10-year, and we're just above there right now.
And we were 5%.
Dollar's been weak. It's going to have a first down year since 2020 on the back of some of the weakness that we've really seen since December. All of these trades got supercharged, and the question I think for 2024 is, will inflation still come down? Will this trend continue to be the friend of the Fed and of investors? And will the economy stay soft but not in recession? We got jobless claims today. A little bit of economy and the Fed start cutting rates, do these stocks become as attractive?
Good
Because they're also
morning,
safe
good
havens. They've got
morning,
good cash
ladies
flows, they've got
and
strong earnings
gentlemen.
power.
All
Will they
right,
continue to
so
grow in size?
as you guys can see,
I thought it's amazing. Here's a look here for a deliberate
Nasdaq
alpha
is
survey.
already
We asked
dropping,
investors here,
ES is
what
already
the best way to invest
dropping,
in AI? 58%
so
thinking cap tech
is the
companies.
Dow,
Which
and
sectors could
essentially a level that I was looking for the Dow to close below has been breached. We ran it over it yesterday, making a new high, dropping. Now I'm not liking that the stochastic and RSI are super over sold, but that doesn't mean it's going to necessarily reverse right away. ES as well. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ has more room to the downside.
Would say mega cap tech is going to repeat? No, only 15%. I think that's a very interesting call that you've had. Most people would be shocked.
Let's see. So I'm going to be looking for shorts today. Let's see what type of movement we get.
That's right.
Including SVB and
I'm looking at AMD, Nvidia, Apple, Meta, and they're all looking pretty weak today. I'll pull up the stocks here so you guys can see. First, let's go Tesla.
Where a lot of these buildings locked in their rates, and if they have to refinance, that could mean a wave of pain.
And up pre-market, we took out yesterday's high, so let's be on the lookout if Tesla gets below 260 for a possible short down to the 256 area. Let's look at AMD. AMD looking a little top heavy as well, super overbought. Nvidia looking good for a down movement. We took out yesterday's highs again. APL, Apple.
You know, if you look at the Goldman Sachs economic forecast, they expect consumer
Meta.
spending to be better. They expect growth to come in
Meta's
better
really
at
tight.
2%.
If we get
That's
below
not what people were expecting at this
yesterday's
stage of a
low,
Fed tightening cycle.
we could slide all the way down possibly to 350 and maybe the 345 area. So be on the lookout for those. So I'm going to be watching for NQ to do a green to red move. So NQ is the only one that's green still on the day. So let's see if we get a green to red move on NQ.
I don't think the economic evidence is there. The economic evidence is inflation is coming down and the economy is holding up pretty well. And yet, vast numbers of the public don't believe it.
I think it's going to be an issue for the election in 2024, no question about it. The idea is that while inflation is coming down, inflation rates are still higher than they were pre-pandemic. People still feel that acutely.
Okay, yes, that is a definite good idea. Sit on your hands, see what you can good morning, Ronnie. What's up? What's up? So yes, so right now on um on NQ, we had a 15-minute bearish engulfing candle.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. We've got new
What is the advantage of trading futures in comparison to options? So the advantages of trading futures instead of options is that futures is 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. So you can start trading futures Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern all the way till Friday 5 p.m. Eastern, right? So like right now, let's say maybe because it's the end of the year, you don't have much volatility or in the options market. Or let's say if stocks were lagging or not really moving, you wouldn't be able to, really make much. But on the future side, I mean, we're still hitting, right? So that is the biggest difference. Then also the cost. Like the one thing that options has, I mean, there's no time decay for futures and commodities like there are for options, but you can do option trades, puts and calls on ES, NQ, Russell 2000, gold, oil, silver, natural gas. So there's a variety of different commodities and futures you can do option calls and puts on. You just can't do it for YM, at least with TD. I don't know about other firms, but on TD, the one thing they don't allow me to do options on is YM. So not only can I trade the contracts, which is the equivalence of trading like shares of a particular equity, and then I can do options, right? When it comes to equities, you can do the shares or you can do the option puts or calls. On futures, you can do the contracts, which no time decay, and then you can do actual option trades, which will have a time decay.
That may not materialize. To what extent is that priced into the market, and would that be a problem if it didn't happen in the sequence that the street seems to believe it's going to happen?
Yeah, so I think it makes sense for the Fed to give back a few of its rate hikes in the same way that Alan Greenspan did in 1995. You remember those days, Bob. Greenspan hiked rates 300 basis points in 94, gave back 75 in 95. And
no positions currently into the market open.
And the market, of course, rocketed off 37% in 1995.
No positions yet, but I am looking to get short.
I believe it was. So maybe the market is hoping for a replay of that. And I think a few rate cuts make sense because inflation has fallen. I think it's likely to be sticky at around 3%. And as you mentioned earlier, Supercore is still around 4%. So I think those last 100 basis points are going to be hard to get. But with inflation falling somewhat, the Fed can give back some because it's over that inflation rate.
NQ long is looking good right now. However, that can all change. Exactly. Do I trade options? Yes, occasionally. I do trade options when I see the opportunity for it. So yeah, when I see an opportunity to do options trades, I will. I'll be doing more of that in 2024, but for me, my option trades are going to be more of swing trades rather than day trades like Kush and everyone else. I mean, unless we get some really good movements and I can, trade the SPX or whatnot. But yeah, like right now, I have a leap year calls on Intel for $60 a share. And yesterday, Intel hit $51 pre-market. I'm in the actual shares from an average cost of $28.80 something cents. 85, 86 cents.
That was at a record short going into kind of the peak Fed, if you will. So I think some of this is exaggerated, but below 4 to me doesn't make a lot of sense. I think 5 was very attractive. 4 is probably more or less the floor. And so if we're between 4 and 5, I think the stock market will be okay. But as I said earlier, if we're traversing that bell curve from left tilt to right tilt and back to the middle, at some point next year we may have a repeat of what we had this year, where rates go up and the analysts plugging
Tempted to
earnings and
scale
rates
in
into their
here, to
discounted
be
cash flow
honest,
models start to
with a
come up with lower
micro.
valuations. And I do think I'm bullish. I think
Let me do that.
the market is going to broaden out potentially in a bullish way, because typically when the market broadens, it also goes up. But there are a number of questions, and one of them is that valuation-wise, a lot of this actually is already priced in. The PE 14 months ago at the October 2022 low was 15.3. Today it's over 21. So a lot of this is priced in, and so in that sense, earnings will have to do the heavy lifting in 2024. But the open question, I think, is one where if we see a rotation from the Magnificent Seven to everything that's been left behind, and I do think that is very likely, what kind of absolute trend does that produce, right? When 30% of the market gets rotated into all the cats and dogs that are on the 70% side, how strong can the index actually be? And I think that's one of the open questions for next year.
Yeah, biggest technical problem right now is market is not terribly attractively priced. It's expensive. Forward PE, earnings outlook up 11%. That's a lot to ask for the markets here. Thanks very much, Yuri. Good talking with you.
When we come back, it's a stock that's down 10% this year, but one analyst at BofA has made it his top pick for 2024. He'll tell us why. We'll reveal the name. Plus, taking another look at futures here. Remember, Dow and NASDAQ 100 closing at a record high
Let's
yesterday.
see.
And it looks like we're pointing to a higher start now for the S&P and for the
Yeah, I don't know about the
Dow
NQ
like
longs,
We're
but
Squawk
we'll
on the Street
see.
when we return.
But yeah, so options are I'm definitely going to be doing more of it next year, 2024, just based on some outlooks that I have when it comes to the market in certain sectors. Definitely looking forward to doing that, and I'll be alerting my long-term play options. And again, it's not going to be a day-to-day thing unless the particular instrument just takes off. Then yeah, but overall, like, I'm going to be doing weeklies and monthlies. Mm-mm. What we get?
Well, stocks have been chasing history. Different story for natural gas. Prices down more than 30% since the beginning of November. Pippa Stevens joins us with more. Pippa, what's the story here?
Yeah, hey Sarah, this is really a case of what a difference a year makes because last year energy prices were high and everyone was talking about a potential energy crisis in Europe.
Okay, getting that
Prices
retracement.
tumbled, including here in the U.S. where nat gas
Come on
is
there, buddy.
for its worst year since 2006. Mild temperatures throughout the year cut fuel demand and output has stayed around record levels, meaning the market is now oversupplied with storage 8% above the 5-year average. Production is so high
730 was the buy,
because
huh?
of associated gas. That's gas produced alongside
Good.
oil. Crude prices are still above break-even levels, so that's stimulating associated gas production. In total, it's about 15% of domestic supply. But the surge in LNG exports does provide a floor of sorts for prices, even with lower domestic demand. During the first half of the year, the U.S. was the largest LNG exporter worldwide, with more than half
5 minutes to
Europe.
go.
New export sites are being constructed in the U.S., which should keep demand high. Now, looking ahead, the EIA cut its forecast for Henry Hub prices, now predicting they'll average about $2.80 per MMBTU throughout the winter heating season.
Let's see if we get
which
this
ends in March.
pop.
That's about 12%
I'm setting a sell
above
limit
where we are
at
now. But Sarah, what are you talking here for the
17,150.
since 2006?
It's about to get filled. Come on. Give it. Come on.
Pippa
Hit it.
Stevens,
Hit
thank
it.
you. The opening bell just a few minutes away. Squawk on the Street. We'll be right back.
Bro, you're right there. Don't mess with me. Don't play games with me. Bro. Come. Wow. 4 minutes to go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 4 minutes. Can you guys hear me good? Like, okay, you guys hear me good. All right, cool. Is my stream lagging or freezing? Because I'm noticing on the other streamers their feeds are lagging substantially. Not on your end, it's fine. Okay, good. You look blurry. Yeah, but I think that's the but the yeah, the blurriness, that's just that's the camera because of the lighting. Damn, they don't want to get haters. It's like, I don't want to chase, but I may have to chase this. ES is looking pretty good.
Order filled.
Entering short on ES at 48.31.
Wedbush raises its price target on the stock to $450 from $425. Analyst Dan Ives citing what he calls incrementally bullish recent AI customer checks, adding, quote, we maintain our outperform rating and Microsoft is on our web.
I'm gonna risk to the break of 48.34. I'm looking for new lows to be made on ES.
It could add another $25 billion to Redmond's top line by fiscal year 2025.
Let me create an alert if we can get below 26, 48.26.
Commentary, which was correct, it turns out. Also for his
At or
amazing
below.
sartorial
Let's get it.
outfits that he has, those lime green psychedelic blazers. He was ridiculed for that, and we love
Okay, here we come, here we come.
kudos to him. The
20
amazing thing to me is
seconds.
people
Come
lament
on.
that this is an overplayed story, and yet when you look at the earnings expectations for a company like
Bro,
Microsoft, they're not overvalued.
bro, stop
None of the
playing
ones
with
in
me.
7 are ridiculous. Tesla is in the 60s on its forward, but that's been there for many, many years. That's an exception. You look at Microsoft 2024 earnings estimates.
Okay, we're open.
It's traditionally
Up,
right
come
in
on.
25, 26, 27 forward earnings. So nothing
Order
is
filled.
stupidly
Stopped on
overvalued. We can say,
ES.
oh, everything's kind of gotten out of control here. And by the way, the
Same shit as yesterday.
also sitting around
Literally.
the mid-20s, Meta, same situation. None of these companies, the amazing thing is even with up 55% on the year, as you said, the earnings expectations have risen to meet that. So the multiple is not dramatically expanding. And that's a testimony to how much confidence the street has in the transformative ability for AI and the earnings power of these companies.
Come on. Oh, look at that. Look at that slide, you dirty, dirty, dirty hoe. Such, bro. What are you doing? Okay, everything's pushing.
See whether the Santa Claus rally can continue. That's a pretty good track record, right? We're right in the middle of it.
And ES is gone, gone, gone. I'll be looking to see if ES can reject at the highs, or maybe create a lower high below 48.40. Seeing we're rejecting below the prior daily high, so let's see if that holds. Look at you, look at you.
January 4th of 2022. So we are knocking on the door. We may end the year at an historic high.
Come on,
something
Q.
to close it
Plummet
out.
for
We
me.
were talking about the Magnificent Seven in 2023. Nvidia,
So much back and
Meta,
forth.
96%, Tesla 112%.
Come on.
There are a lot of complaints about this, and I wrote
Come
about
on
my
through.
Trader Talk today about how overwhelming this has been. I find most of these arguments not convincing. First off, a lot of companies have benefited from the AI story. Remember, folks, that's what's moving these stocks here. But if you
Stop
look at
playing.
companies
Come
like
on.
any of the semiconductor names, AMD, for example.
Doc Trader, your long played out.
Huge moves. Any of the cloud names, cloud storage names, other ones besides Amazon or Meta, Everest Networks.
Okay, AMD pulling back. Nvidia's pulling back. Come on.
In the cloud's place, up almost 90%. So cloud names.
Come on, bro.
Order filled.
All right, getting short on NQ.
So what you're going to anticipate here, this
Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yes.
Netscape went public in August 95. I remember that very well because that was the start of the internet.
Beautiful.
I was here for that.
Beautiful.
Don't laugh, please. And it created
I
that.
said
And within a few years, the
beautiful.
knock-on
I
effects
just
is huge.
want you to know you're my favorite girl. Oh yeah. I know I gotta stick to my day job. Oh, let's go. Dive. Dive, you hoe. Dive. Come on. Keep it going. Keep it going. Don't play with me.
what software as a service did the back office functions, how it made them much more efficient. AI is going to do that again on steroids.
She dying. She dying.
Are crazy. I showed you that's not true. The major
Order filled.
Let's go.
having stupid valuations.
Gone, baby. Gone. Gone with the wind. See if we break the lows. So we need to break below 17,117. Come on, baby. Come on. Do it for daddy. Do it for daddy. I am short on NQ, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I'm going to be targeting 1797 area. Let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Let's go, let's go. Beauty, so beautiful. Pop, lower high. Let's go. Follow through, bro. Another bearish engulfing candle, and we are on our way. Thank you, bro. Thank you, appreciate you. Let's get it. Come on, come on. Follow through for me.
Historic high. It's underperforming here, although underperforming is a relative term here. You see,
What is we gonna do with this? Let's find out.
This endless whining that the Magnificent Seven has taken over the stock market. It's not true. What we needed was for interest rates to come down to make.
I'm about to add another. Contract. Let's see. I'm setting an ad at 17,135. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna add. Oh wait, if it comes up to the 40s, I'll add another contract.
So that could help biotech valuations in the new year. Interest rates are falling. That's always an interest rate sensitive sector when it comes to raising capital. No question about it. So those are some potential tailwinds. If you look at some of the biggest losers in the healthcare space, Pfizer and Moderna.
Yes.
Big COVID winners.
Yeah, well, and Bristol Myers, tough year. Pharma's had a tough year overall. And if you look at the level laggards, it's very rational here. I just want to point out of our survey here, give another shout out to the Delivering Alpha survey here. The top performing areas in the U.S. in 2024, 35% say financial stocks, which are underperformers. 23% say high dividend stocks, another underperformer relatively. 19% say healthcare, you just mentioned. Only 15% say mega cap tech. I find that to be remarkable because what these people who are surveyed are saying essentially is there's going to be mean reversion. Underperforming stocks tend to outperform.
Come on, we gonna break down.
It's hard to get excited about a stock that's up 200% if you look at Meta, for instance, this year.
So look at the sector laggards this year. Energy's down 3%, consumer staples down 3%, utilities down 11%. It would be logical to think you'll get some modest mean reversion.
Let's go, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Keep it going for us.
What's happened this year, the geopolitical events, and yet oil never appreciated because the supply is so
Come on.
Consumer staples have some demand issues out there. We are seeing reductions in inflation around the commodities associated with consumer staples, but there's demand issues. I think there'll be difficulties raising prices in 2024. And utilities still have, even with the 10-year yield at 3.8%, utilities are still, the treasury.
Come on, break. Come on, keep it going. That's what I'm talking about. Stop playing with me. Get under. Come on. Come on. Come on. Break it for us. Ah, bro, stop playing. Stop playing. Do what you're supposed to do. 30. What do you need?
Between 20 and
Come on.
30% so far this year. It's been a triple
No.
whammy for these food stocks. So not as attractive dividend plays on the back of what we saw
Let's
last year.
go.
No question about it.
Stop messing with me.
Do you remember that sell-off with them?
All right, so we're having a little struggle to break the lows, but I'm definitely seeing that we're going to break that Again, several bearish engulfing candles, 15-minute time frame, and we can see the 1 hour. I mean, look at this 1 hour time frame, just beautiful exhaustion, right? And you can see right where this candle rejected was right here, which is just a beautiful resistance level. So let's see, we just need to break through. And moving forward on NQ, if we can break 1760, which was yesterday's support, right? So let's say 1760, 1765 as yesterday's support level. If we break that level, I mean, we could end up seeing 17,000 before by end of day, right? Or before the late afternoon. So definitely we just want to keep an eye on that. Now, if you're up on this trade, you definitely want to lock in some profits, move your stop loss to break even, because I was expecting us to just slide right through and break the 6 p.m. Opening lows, which we still haven't been able to. So definitely manage your trades accordingly. Again, last few days of the year, so you know, it's come in, stick in movement, come in 200, 300, 400 bucks, boom, dip. Okay, I think I'm gonna add one here.
Order filled.
Okay, added my NQ short here at the 17,136. Come on, baby, I know you want to break. Acting right for me. There you go. There we go. Beautiful ad. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Follow through for me. Follow through. Follow through. Come on. Can we retest these lows? Play with me.
About delivery numbers that are going to come out next week. Will they hit the 2 million target that Tesla originally wanted? Not necessarily, but there are signs. I think I wrote yesterday at Wedbush that demand in China has been stronger, but there's competition in China too.
Come on, bro.
World's largest EV.
Here's a company that's very hard to figure out in a certain way because so much depends on one person. So you could talk about things like earnings multiples, but so much really just depends on
the 50 was it.
It's the second biggest stock that's out there, $830 billion market cap. 68. That sounds crazy when you consider the typical multiple for the S&P right now is 19 or 20, but that's where it's always been. It's always been in the 60s. The average has been about 72 times.
No, y'all want to take some profits. Continue with the profit taking.
So there's, believe it or not, with Tesla up 112%, you think the market multiple has gone through the roof on it. Actually, it hasn't because the earnings estimates have, again, just like Microsoft, gone up. In relation to that. So there's nothing particularly out of whack with the historical movement in Tesla.
Come on, bro.
So much depends on Mr. Musk's where his focus is actually going to be. The historic high, I would note, though, we're well off. It's 407. I looked at this morning. We're what we opened at 261 was where Tesla was earlier. So there's a long way off. So there's a lot of, I think,
come on, baby.
A good part of the investing public has become concerned about his distractions. I think people like me and other people would like to see him settle on the stuff that really changed the world. Getting to Mars, changing the EV industry, and not worrying so much about Twitter and what's going on.
Down.
Again, Mr. Musk doesn't listen to those kinds of things.
I'm about to just drop a contract here.
By the way, just on news today,
it's having a hard time following through, or essentially my patience is starting to run out. There we go. There we go. Dropping one contract. Now I have a cost average of 17,136. Let's freaking go. What we doing today? We shorting. What we doing today? We shorting. I told y'all right from the morning, we looking for shorts today. Let's go. Tell them, talk to me nice. Setting another ad short at 17,133. If we come back up there, I'm gonna add the contract that I took off. So how it's working for me is I started off high. Yes, there we go. There's the break. There we go. So what I do is I start off with, you know, the positions high. So remember, it's first in, first out. So the first contracts I got in short, that's the contracts that are being closed. Every time I close one off, I added at 17,136. So when I sold my contract that I added at 17,152 was closed out. So now I have a cost average of 17,136. I'm looking to add another one at 17,133. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but let's just see. I hope we do, but hey, it's all good. At least at the very least, I have one running. Let's go. Tell him who's your daddy. Like, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I make this market my
responding to these media reports about the robot. So this is out of the information. A Tesla engineer was allegedly attacked by a robot at a factory near Austin.
Looking like
but it
this
points to a
might be
2021
it.
injury report.
Okay, adding it here at 17,126. Now this one I'm going to be targeting 17,097. So probably I'll probably just do 17,100 even. Set my buy. Let's go. I still have the ad at 17,133. Want to see if I can get that.
Whatever, a software glitch or something happened. It may not be a major issue, but again, I'd like to know more about it.
Yeah, I mean, more than just the dancing robot. Time now for a look at some of the travel stocks, which have also seen a pretty nice rally. Dom Chu has been tracking that sector. Dom.
A great rally for certain parts of that.
Let's play some tunes real quick, because they ain't saying nothing major. Let me double check, make sure no crazy news is coming right now. Pending home sales in 12 minutes. Gas, CIA. Okay, so just pending home sales is what's left. That could potentially move the market, but it's nothing serious.
Se quedó tu perfume en mi cama. Cuando volvemos a matar la cana. Solito me encontraste. Te estuve voy llamando y tú ni me contestaste.
Feel free to ask me any questions, guys, because unless that ad gets, so you can see where I'm looking to add, right? The prior daily high. So this is where I have an ad. I currently have a cost average of 17,136. Music to trade with. Yeah, man. I was like, right now it's just letting it flow. I really want to see this unwind. I think we're going to get it. So let's see. My stop loss is going to be at 17,140. So I'm only going to risk a little bit. And again, it's just one contract versus being in, you know, several. So let's see what we get. Now back to the tunes. Unless you guys have some questions for me, feel free to ask. Let's go. Yes. Break down, baby. Break it, break it, break it. Let's go. Let's go. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Sola mami, tú sabes, la cubana y el rol, la moña y el blon nunca cabe, te puse en el árbol para que vengas sin darle una rubia ricota como Daniela Chávez. Sí, sé que no la sí, en mi cama, cuando mamá se quedó tu perfume en mi cama. Cuando volvemos a matar, solito me encontraste. Yo estaba en la pista y me frenaste. Tu jevo llamando y tú ni le contestaste. No te dejamos ver sin importar lo que diga la gente. Y ahora estamos sensational. What's in on you, girl? And I know, and I know, and I know. Love like a riddle, yeah. Give me the groove on a riddle. Oh, wow, that's a little, yeah. Life's pretty sweet, every bitch you tell me love her to the morning, nah, nah, nah. Love her to the nighttime, nah, nah, nah. I don't get nobody, I don't get nobody, yeah. If you give me body, I won't tell nobody, yeah. I think she wears clothes. Now she want me pool skirt, so me pool skirt. I like her, she wears schools. You see, it's obvious, sensational. What's in on you, girl? And I know, and I know, and I know. Love like a riddle, yeah. Give me the clues on a riddle. Oh, wow, that's a little, yeah. Life pretty sweet, every bit of this one, she's fine, oh, yeah. She want this, and she got this. She know fit control them, yeah. She dance it, she want it. She make me want give her body back shots, body. Give her body back shots, body. Give her body back shots, body. Oh, 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 oh. See the way I jump for NYC, yeah. Thinking that she got the best I've seen.
Added at 17,125. So we added at 17,125. Come on. Come on, bro. Keep it going. Come on.
Order filled.
Right, all right. Come on, we want this. Mm-mm. Okay, slide for me. Come on, there you go.
Order filled.
Come on, follow through.
Order filled.
Okay, nice, nice. Let's go. Still shorting, people. Still shorting. We rejected at the 25, which is awesome. I really want this break, man. Can we follow through? Yeah, still moving down. She needs to. I know. Let's see. ES and NQ having divergent. Walks away and NQ comes in. Oh man, he just missed it. It's all good. You just missed NQ. It was down. Yeah, it's okay. That's all right. We still have more. It actually came down to 114. No worries. What was my thing at 114? Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. No worries, man. I know I'm gonna get what I want from her. You know what I'm saying? So she can continue playing this whole little hard to get type of thing. But we know she at the end of the day she gonna do what she's supposed to do.
On some positions.
Told y'all I want 17,100. I can't be too greedy, but I'm gonna get that, man. I'm just gonna patiently wait. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta smack her up real quick, like, yo, I don't want to threaten you. You know what I'm saying? But I will if I have to. Yeah, as long as we continue to hold under, bruh, this is good. This is good. She know what she's supposed to do. I ain't got to tell her. You know, like when you have those kids, like you just give them the look and it's like, you give them the look and they know you mean business, like, oh shit. Yeah, that's how I'm looking at NQ. Come on, look at this. See, she acting right. Went to go clean my apple and apple cider vinegar and baking soda to, you know, get the pesticides and stuff out. You know, I gotta get my daily dosage of fruits. Facts. Like, go. See? You see? Look it. It's already doing what it's supposed to do. Come on, give me 100. I ain't gonna lie though. I am getting tempted to take profits, but I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? Come on, baby. There you go. Come on. ES finally catching up and playing ball.
Take a look at stocks as we continue this run. We're now going on 9 weeks strong. The S&P 500 up 0.2.
Right now, I'm in a total of 2 contracts. I'm looking to add one more. I'm looking to add one more for a full breakdown sub 17,100. So let's see. I do have an ad at 33.
Reversing a little bit today, but nothing sharp. We've still got a 10-year note yield that's around 3.8%. The 2-year yield.
Sorry, correction. I have an ad at 17,132.25.
Microsoft on the move as Windows raises its price target on the name to $450.
I hope you guys took profits.
Bullish on the company's AI opportunity. We're going to discuss later this hour.
I got profits to spare, so it's all good.
This morning, AMD, Meta, American Express, Royal Caribbean, among them. And then watch Tesla today. Shares are rallying to 3-month highs, now on pace for their 3rd best year on record. Stocks up more than 100% so far this year.
And pending home sales just out moments ago. Diana Olick has that for us. Diana.
Well, Bob, pending home sales in November were unchanged from October. The street was looking for a 1% gain. Sales were down 5.2% from November of last year, that according to the National Association of Realtors. Now, this number is based on signed contracts during the month, so a forward-looking indicator of closed sales. But also, this is the most current look at what buyers are thinking. And mortgage rates here are key. The average rate on the 30-year fixed soared over 8% in mid-October and then dropped sharply to 7.5% in the first week of November. It ended the month around 7.25%, and that's why the street was looking for a small bounce. Now, the realtors did note in their report that while it didn't result in formal contracts, that drop did spark a surge in interest, according to their lockbox indicators.
They're like,
those are the boxes that record showings when people open the door. So regionally, pending sales rose very slightly month to month in the Northeast and Midwest, and rose more sharply in the West, which is where prices are highest, so lower rates would help the most. Sales fell in the South. Now, mortgage rates are solidly in the mid 6% range now, which could bring a boost to sales to start the new year. That is, if we do get more supply on the market, which we sorely need, Sarah.
I'll definitely drop one if we get below, when we get below 17,110.
Sales were the lowest since April of 2020. How about any signs new listings are going up? You know, we have this paradigm suddenly that people are going to hold on to their 3% mortgages forever, but that's going to be an old story. People have to do things. They have new jobs. They have to go places. They have to move eventually sometime in 2024. Is there any sign that that's going to be changing? I'm asking about maybe new listings increasing or something like that.
Yeah, we did see a slight bump up in October of new listings, and so that could help a little bit, but really we're still 38% low on inventory, 38% below pre-pandemic levels.
Yeah, we
Now,
eating
the
that.
thought
We
is
eating.
okay, if you're looking at a 6% rate and you've already been in that 8% range, if you're a seller, maybe it's not quite as painful when you think about moving from a 3%
There we go.
rate to a
Come on,
different
break
house to
down,
get
baby.
that,
Break
say,
down.
3 to
That's what I'm
5%
talking
rate, and
about.
we move in that
That's
range,
what I'm
right?
talking
We get
about.
closer
Come
to
on,
5%
break those
rate,
lows.
you're
Break
gonna see
those
more
lows.
sellers
Come on,
willing
baby.
to
Do
list
yes.
houses.
New lows. New lows. New lows. New lows. Taking some profits at 17,113. Let's go. Follow through. My last cover is gonna be at 17,100. Come on, talk to me. Nice. Talk to me. Freaking nice, huh? Uh-huh. Just drop mic. Just drop mic. I'm gonna have to buy a mic to just do this. Drop. Drop. Now, did I call it or did I call it? Do I have a crystal ball? No, I do not. This is just years and years of experience. Thank you. Thank you. 9 points away and I am done. 2023, I love you. But I gotta say goodbye.
That orange line, this is hard to screen, but look at that. There's going to tell you, it looks to me like those numbers are going to come
Too
down
easy.
dramatically.
Too
If that's a leading
freaking
indicator, is
easy.
Zillow a leading indicator?
Some people think that it's hooking up, actually, that you're seeing, you saw it come down, you saw it bottom. And if you look, first of all, S&P Schiller, and that one is a little bit old. That's the light blue line you see on your chart. Ticking back up. I think that we want to watch these trends. We don't know if they'll continue to come down or if they'll go back up. The problem is, not a problem
Come on,
for the
follow
Fed.
through. Here we go. My last fill. My last fill. Come.
That keeps pricing pressure high, and we already have this low inventory problem, as Diana mentioned, well below levels pre-pandemic. Okay, so I'll do on the other hand, right? I'll play John Ford.
Come on,
the other hand,
baby.
inflation might continue to be
Come
a
on.
story next year. Have you
Drop.
seen what's happening in the tips market? These are inflation
Goodbye.
expectations.
Goodbye,
They
NQ.
will come down
It's been real.
dramatically to target Fed levels, 2%. Here's the 10-year tips break even. David Rosenberg posts this out in his note today.
Handle some
Look at
emails
that,
right
just
now.
above 2%. Fed's got to be happy with that. It means that there's no signs that people are worried about inflation being out of control. The contrary. Going back to target, you see this in the 5-year 5 years as well. You see this in the 5-year tips rates. All the inflation expectations, where the Fed wants to make sure it's anchored, are showing a move lower, and they've had another move lower just in recent weeks here.
So there's good support. Let's give a shout out to Jeremy Siegel, our friend at the University of Pennsylvania, who months ago, many months ago, said, watch the housing component. It's a lagging. The way the Fed is measuring lagging, you want to look at other more modern indicators like that Zillow index, which seems to indicate the numbers are going to be going down. And so that's going to be the key story. Who's right here? And it's probably both are right. The Fed is a lag. The Fed's measure of housing is lagging indicator. More accurate, more up-to-date measurements like the Zillow index seem to indicate the numbers are starting to come down. There's your big story. We'll know in 3 or 4 months how right that are. And that's going to determine a lot about the course of inflation. Those CPI numbers, those PCE numbers.
For sure.
That's going to
And the course of the Fed policy, because now the market's all excited about rate cuts. We expect, 6 next year, starting in March.
150 days.
So this matters, right, for the entire market posture. Our next guest is, quote, optimistic that the current pessimism is set to fade away in the year ahead. Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi joins us now. The pessimism is already fading here in this year-end rally. Mark, where do you see pessimism?
Yes, psychology does play a huge part when it comes to trading. Voila, 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 voila. Queen, you see how I told you yesterday it was probably gonna take out the highs one more time before coming down, and sure enough, what did it do? It took out the highs twice. Twice. It was like, yo, I'm like, I didn't like how it was looking, and knowing the psychology of how these market makers and institutions work, it's like, okay, they're probably gonna take out the highs one or two more times and then drop. So look, we took it out during Asia, then took it out slightly during London, and then we took it out during the New York session, right? So New York session starts at 8 a.m. So at 8:30, boom, took it out one more time, and then that's when the drop began. It's marvelous. It's like, do I dare? When you swing, okay, cool, cool. We should be good for tomorrow. I mean, if we can close red on the day, a swing short for tomorrow would be good, and even going into 2024. But I want to see how Friday is, like, or at least I want to see how today closes. I know today, like, depending on the close, like, we're definitely gonna end up probably seeing some profit taking going into tomorrow, right? So that is a fundamental aspect of when it comes to the markets. So we'll see.
Then we're going to see inflation back close to the Fed's target by this time next year. So all the trend lines look really good.
Just beautiful. So close. We came so close to the 101, to the 100 area. 3 points away, not too bad. I'm saying, just let them know, man. Talk to me nice, man. If you want to know the stock whisperer, the market whisperer, come holla at me. Let me go back to my tunes. Any questions so far, ladies and gentlemen? Don't be shy, all right? Do not be shy. If you guys have a question, feel free to ask, because a closed mouth does not get fed.
That used to be extremely attractive. That's now sort of middle of the road, and some stuff that's arguably overvalued.
Not so much, Bob. I mean, I think you know better than I, but I think if you take out those top sets.
Hell yeah, we are ready. And Mike, let's see how I end the day. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be on tomorrow. Why? Because I'm about this life. Show all these equities and options, guys. The futures don't stop.
Decision about that. But the rest of the market looks like it's okay. But you know, my sense is that the valuations are roughly where they need to be, assuming the Fed.
Yes, I will be on. I will be on tomorrow.
I think we get kind of middling returns for the S&P 500. We got a boatload of returns in the last year, as you were pointing out. A great year, but I think in the coming year, I think let's put it this way. I think if you're a prudent investor, saver, planner, you kind of assume mid-single-digit kind of returns.
What did I do for you?
I do wonder about bonds in 2024. We had a few shaky auctions this year. There were some maybe minor freakouts around, the size of issuance. I think Treasury took note of that. And so far, we've had some strong auctions. Actually, yesterday, more the Fed cut outlook. But I do wonder, Mark, if this becomes an issue next year.
Probably won't be on all day long, but I definitely will be on. And as of today, I mean, we're good. I mean, 50-something points in profits. We can't go wrong with that. Scaled in and out. Oh, yeah. So now, the play for the end of the day would be a potential bounce up to 17,133, and then a continuation down, unless we break below the 100 area and just continue on down.
Great deal of intrepidation, because a lot of things can buffet, one way or the other, and deficits and debt do matter, and I think that's going to become more of an issue as we move forward. Fortunately, though, I think the issuance for 2020 bond issuance, Treasury bond issuance for 2024 is probably going to be less than in 2023, just because the deficit is going to be smaller. So that might be helpful, at least buy us a little bit of time with regard to the impact that might have on long-term yields.
All right, really quick. We're
Come
gonna
on,
pin you
baby.
down since you were so accurate in your previous forecast.
It's like, what do we want?
Inflation is gonna be back to target, 2%.
We want that breakdown.
Where's the unemployment rate gonna be? It's 3.7.
We want that breakdown.
So I think we get 2% growth. That's close to the economy's
Can we
potential.
get 1797? Maybe. Maybe we can.
Pretty good, right? It's got a piece of paper.
Looking forward to crushing it. Absolutely. I am 100,000% looking forward to 2024. I mean, we are just going to lock in and go ham on these stocks, on these futures, options. Like, listen, man, this is gonna be the place everyone's gonna wanna be, because not only are we gonna trade some stocks, we're also gonna hit some options, but the main focus will be futures. All right, on the forex, and I'm even gonna start alerting some forex pairs trades. So that's going to be good as well, because I know a lot of you guys are making the transition over to the forex side, right? And also getting funded with forex brokerages. And another thing I'm going to do, I'll probably wait until the next time Apex or Take Profit Trader is offering a discount, and at some point I want to do a live challenge where I will grab a new account and literally go through the passing phase. Now, at first I'm gonna say that I am gonna recommend doing it on the forex side, on the future side, because it's just one phase, right? So first will be, okay, getting funded on the future side, and then is going to be on the forex side. So first step will be futures. So whenever in the year that Apex is doing a discount, cop a couple and walk with you guys. Like, we'll literally start every day. I won't trade that account without you guys, right? So come in, we trade, we scale in, we scale out, we pass, we work, we run it up, we get funded. Now once we get funded and at least get maybe one payout, then you're free to do whatever it is you want to do. But that will be a good way to help some of you guys get funded for 2024. And then from there, it's just going to be, okay, if you get a 50 or 100K account, let's work towards getting a 200K account, a 250, a 300, and so forth. And then just continue building and building and building. And as you build and get more funded accounts, you're also getting payouts, and then you just keep it pushing. Oh, yes, baby, go. We're gonna add one heal. Come on, yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
And shares of Chipotle are hitting new highs this year. Let's get into the outlook for the restaurant stocks in the year ahead. Our next guest, downgrading Wendy's and Chipotle's while upgrading Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, for futures, it's gonna be Tradeovate. When you guys get a chance, all right. So here's a little assignment for you guys going into the new year. All right. Take a look at TradingView, right? So not TradingView, Tradeovate. So look up Tradeovate, watch some YouTubes on Tradeovate, look up Ninja Trader, right? So you can see how these platforms are and what you like. Also Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, all right? Because obviously you see that's what I use, that's my main platform. And then look into MT4 and MT5. But with for the future side, Apex obviously is my broker of choice, because you're able to scale up to $6 million in funding with them. Whereas other firms, the maximum you can do is 450K, right? And being able to make a small percentage of 3 mil. I mean, if you can do even 0.25% of a $3 million account daily or even weekly, like that is some really good income, right? So I definitely want to be able to help a lot of you guys not only get funded but also get payouts, which is why I want to do those weekly Zoom recaps where going over charts and being able to show like, okay, this is what we're looking for, this is the thesis, you know, moving forward, and then just rock out.
So Dutch Brothers adding to your best ideas list. I think it's an interesting play in somewhat fast food business.
Come on, ES, stop playing. ES is in a very, very tight range. NVIDIA, NQ, AMD, especially NVIDIA and Meta starting to look a little heavy. Is the Zoom going to be interactive? No, the Zoom is going to be interactive. So I am going to allow you guys to be able to speak and ask questions, like actually like talk, because I really hate typing. I really, really, really hate typing. But I do it, you know, I do it because I have to, whatever. But the Zooms are going to be interactive where I'll be able to talk, you'll be able to talk, you'll be able to actually share your screen, right? I'll be able to see what you're looking at, how you're going about things, and then seeing where I can add, you know, recommendations for you to possibly improve on your charting. We will be able to have your camera. Yes, you will be able to have your cameras and audio on. Now, you don't have to share your camera, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to share your camera, but you'll be able to have your camera and audio and microphone where, again, we'll be communicating, right? I'll probably be limiting, nah, what's YouTube? I'll probably limit it to maybe 100 to 200 people, because I'm also going to allow people on YouTube to be able to participate on this. Okay, they're gonna be quiet, so we'll just get back to the tunes.
She watching me like that. Waiting I do for you, girl. I know, and I know. Yeah, give me the blues on the red up. Oh, wow, that's a little, yeah. Life's pretty sweet, every bit hard. I really need your outside dress. If you wanna pull up on my tape cassette, but put the weather than the internet. I'm a presidential bureau fan. Goody, goody, yeah, goody, goody, bam, bam. I hate you now, now. Put me on fire like a lantern. Can you taste so divine? And I wonder why you so sensational. What didn't I do for you, girl? Can I do? And I know, and I know. Love like a riddle, yeah. Give me the clues on the riddle. Oh, that's a little, yeah. Life really sweet, can be bitter. Sensational, yeah. What didn't I do for you, girl? Love like a riddle, yeah. Give me the truth or the riddle. Oh, laugh just a little, yeah. Life's pretty sweet, can be bitter. Your lies. Squid atajikuta visomisa simu hashiki na kishika anauliza nani mwenzangu kata simu hewani haongei namaliza pocha anajisi madada eti amepanda bei kunifanya ndodocha tumisha meseji mara mbili anafungua anasoma majibu hayarudi ila kwa WhatsApp page saonyesha tiki mbili kujifanya jaona ili mradi kusudi kunidharau nyona anajishebedua hata nikimwita anasema pesa basi tu anafanya kusudi kuniumiza basi tu ili mradi kunilinda basi tu anafanya kusudi kuniumiza basi tu ili mradi kunilinda Nadharia haina gashu yalisemwaga ya kale kufurahia kunguru nafuu wakigombana balali moyo na waka moto kifuu nachoma maumivu ndani maleka mlio juu shusheni amani tawali na yamaliza madhehebu
All right. We are approaching 11 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be jumping off at 11 a.m.
American Express, also S&P
So
Global,
if you
and
guys have
insurance
any
giant
questions,
AIG as
feel
well.
free to
The big
ask.
side of things, we've got names like JP Morgan,
Otherwise, it's been a very good, solid morning.
all at their highest levels in over a year at this point.
Thank you
Names are
for
all up
joining.
10% or so far. Maybe
Let's
just
see,
something
can
low.
we reject
As
and
for the
stay
prospects,
under?
really, for the rate cut
Can we
picture is growing in
reject and stay
2024.
under?
And by the way, the
That
folks over
is
at
the
Carson Group
question.
have crunched the numbers on which sectors tend to underperform the broader market during periods of Fed interest rate cuts, which could happen next year. The financial sector is among those names falling an average of 23% during the last 4 big rate cut periods. So keep an eye on financials. It'll be a big sector of focus last year at the Fed and everything else, Sarah. I'll set things back downtown to you guys.
Dom, thanks very much. Still ahead, after 4 straight quarters of declining sales, could 2024 see the start of a rebound for Apple? We'll discuss its next leg of growth coming up. Plus, the big cap tech stocks Wall Street says are the best ways to invest in AI here. Lots more still coming up. Don't go away.
Look at MG. MG looking pretty solid. Okay. Everything's gone from red to green. All like yesterday. Literally same place as yesterday. Two. So in the 5 minute, we could potentially push all the way back up to 17,142. If we do, I'll look to rescale in short there. But I'm hoping we don't get above 17,133. But either way, we'll see. So we'll probably pull back up to about, yeah, 17,140.
Just walk on the street. I'm Silvana Hena with your news update. Egypt says it has not received any responses to its framework proposal to end the war in Gaza. The Egyptian plan reportedly includes a phased hostage release and would set up a government of experts to temporarily leave the Gaza Strip and Israeli-occupied West Bank. Both Egypt and Qatar have served as mediators between Israel and Hamas since the war began, and the countries were involved with the negotiation of November's temporary ceasefire. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is out of prison. The 32-year-old woman whose high-profile case inspired a Hulu show and an HBO documentary.
He's at the 30, the 40.
Abused her and forced her to fake serious illnesses. Blanchard had been serving a 10-year sentence on a second-degree murder charge in her mother's 2015 death. And Shakira's hometown just unveiled a 21-foot statue in her likeness. The Colombian-born Grammy Award-winning singer is featured performing her iconic belly dance. The sculptor says he hopes the bronze statue will inspire other girls to achieve their dreams. Next time I'm in Barranquilla, I will be sure to check it out.
Wow, that is really something. Yeah. Thank you, Silvana. And now, wouldn't expect to see a statue of Shakira. Apple shares soaring along with the rest of the Magnificent Seven, up 15% in 2 months, despite a year of 4 consecutive sales declines. How can Apple get back to growth?
Calling it a day. Yes, smart man. Best thing to do right now. Call it a day. Awesome, bro. Happy to hear that. Listen, man, $200-300 a day, that adds up. So keep up that good work.
But look, let's talk about what to look forward starting next year. Biggest question for Apple is, will it finally return to that top line sales growth, like you said, following those 4 straight quarters in declining sales? And adding on to that, Apple said for this current December quarter, sales are expected to be flat. Now, despite that, Apple shares...
Listen, small wins adds up, man. If you were averaging out, let's say, was it even $200 a day, bro? Like, it adds up, slow and steady.
China, especially, Huawei returning, starting to sell smartphones again for the first time after being out of the game for a couple years, and we have some information and data that shows people might actually be switching from iPhone back to Android, specifically those Huawei phones. Also, the online gaming crackdown from the government over there that we've been talking about the last week or so, that can impact revenue and services, specifically in the App Store, of course. And as we've also been talking about all year, the slow economic recovery over in China. Now, the U.S. Apple Watch, that ban is still being worked out despite the reprieve that Apple got yesterday. Those watches are now going to be on sale again. But let's talk about the good stuff. There is some positive momentum going into 2024, particularly services growth, re-accelerating again. That's that high margin business, and it was up 60% in the September
What kind of phone they say is starting to sell?
Huawei's
phone.
But guys, here's what's not going to move the needle. New Vision Pro headset. It's just going to be a small launch, $3,500, only sold in the US at first, only in Apple stores. This is not a mass market product. It's still all about the iPhone, guys.
You know, Steve, it's Bob. Happy New Year, by the way. The Apple, despite these concerns here, is still up 50% on the year. I look at the forward multiple. I've looked very closely at these tech multiples. 2024, 26 times. 24, the multiple's 26 times. That's close to the historic norm for Apple. It's usually in the mid-20s somewhere. So I know that there are these concerns you mentioned validly, and yet the market seems not to be terribly worried about Apple's ability to continue to grow. Is the market got something wrong here, or is Apple going to just prove everybody going to?
No, I mean, yeah, you're right about the multiple part, and it is like maybe a little bit cheaper than it has been in the past. But you also got to keep in mind, Bob, the buybacks. That is a huge part of what keeps people in, even without that top line growth. Even last year, when we just saw all the tech names just drop like a rock, it was the buybacks that kind of kept Apple up, at least head above water, let's call it a little bit. So, I mean, yes, to your answer, the market is keeping it on the cheaper side. But look, there's a lot to overcome, especially with all these new regulations coming into effect over in Europe.
Steve, thanks very much. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Bob.
Let's stick with tech. The NDX, it's the NASDAQ, on pace for its best year since 1999, thanks to a recent rally in big tech and investor enthusiasm surrounding AI. And according to CNBC's latest Delivering Alpha survey, hope you were listening to it, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and AMD are the key names to watch here if you're looking to invest in AI. Our next guest has been a long-term tech investor. It points to a different large cap pick to bet on here, and that's Taiwan Semiconductor, citing strength in the AI revolution. Doug Clinton is Deepwater Asset Management managing partner. He joins us now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a day. If you guys don't have any questions for me,
AI compute lead to Taiwan Semiconductor.
yeah, if you guys don't have any questions for me, I'm just gonna call it a day. Get some breakfast.
No matter what chips power the AI revolution, Taiwan Semi will make them. Doesn't get any clearer than that. Tell us a little bit more about why Taiwan Semi has become so dominant here and why you think that domination is going to continue.
And Happy New Year to you as well, Bob. I think as we go into that new year, 2024, we've been trying to look outside of the Mag 7. Companies that do have real exposure to AI, that all the Mag 7.
Yeah, let's shut it down. All right, y'all. If y'all don't have any questions for me, peace out. Have a good remainder of your day. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow I'll probably shoot to be on at 8:30. Get it right out the way, get it going, so that way by 10:30 we're done. So enjoy the rest of your day. For those of you guys that banked today, awesome, good work. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.